Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. Today in our video, I'm going to teach you how to make a really great salad and a homemade dressing. This dressing I'm going to teach you is called honey mustard poppy seed, and it is probably my most requested dressing recipe. I've served salads like this with different combinations at many weddings, and it's a huge hit. So I thought I'd share it with you because we like to eat this salad all the time, whether it's a special event or not. So this salad works for any special event. You can dress it up or down with how many things you want to put in it. But the criteria is about the same. You want to put a little bit of fruit with it, depending on what you have, berries mostly, or you want to put oranges in it, or apples, or pears. But you also want to combine it with some kind of vegetables too. So it makes it a full-on fruit and vegetable and spinach salad. When I do salad, I also use a romaine lettuce to give it a little bit more texture and crunch. And everybody says that's why the spinach salad is so good, because it has the other texture with the romaine lettuce. So it looks like we have quite an array of things going on that I had to get out to show you. So normally you wouldn't maybe make the dressing and the salad on the same day, but I'm going to do that for you. So the ingredients for our dressing is spicy brown mustard, a little bit of sugar. I've already put like a couple tablespoons worth of fresh onion in our cup that we're going to be using my Ninja for. And I love this because these smaller cups that you can use, you can keep the dressing in here and put it in the refrigerator till you use. You can put it in another container. But it's so great because it fits in my Ninja just perfectly for the amount I want to make, not where I don't have to use my big one. So that works great. Poppy seeds are really great in this recipe. Paprika. We have apple cider vinegar, a little bit of salt, some lemon juice, and some honey. Okay, so that's what we're going to use to make our dressing. I'm going to start it right now by putting in, I've already put in a couple of tablespoons or more of just regular white onion. You could use red onion or other onion. It's going to totally emulsify in the whole thing. So I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of sugar, and I'm going to put in also, let me grab this right here. I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of honey. That's why they call this honey mustard poppy seed. I'm going to put that in there too. Okay, I've got a teaspoon of salt will go in here. I have a teaspoon of paprika. This is going to give it that golden amber color. Okay. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of, I like to use spicy brown mustard. That's my favorite. You can use yellow mustard if you like, but this is really good. I'm just going to eyeball it, about a tablespoon in here. Okay. And you're going to want 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I keep this bottle of lemon juice. You probably recognize it from some of my other videos. It really lasts a long time. Like, shake it up. And, you know, I use this on a lot of my cooking, and that's why it's good to have extra lemons on hand and zest too. So 2 tablespoons of this is going to go in. And we're going to want 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. So with the lemon juice and the vinegar, that kind of goes with the sweet, which is the sugar and honey, really make it so good. Let me make sure I got everything in here. I do. Okay, I'm going to get this started right now, and then I'm going to add the oil into it in just a moment. So first I'm going to put this on. So we're going to have another cup of oil that goes in here. So I'm going to put this on here. Turn this on. Okay, that looks like it's been emulsified pretty well. Then I'm going to add the 1 cup of vegetable oil. Now I have used vegetable oil, not olive oil. I guess you could try the olive oil with it, but I just use the 1 cup of regular vegetable oil. You could use canola oil or any other oil that is your favorite. We're going to add that to it as well, but we're not going to add the poppy seeds yet because those we want to keep whole. It gives a really nice balance and color at the end of the time. Okay, So we've got the oil in here, and that's going to be mixed in right now. And then I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of poppy seed. You can see I buy the big thing of poppy seed because I use it in everything from breads to salad dressings mostly. There we go. I just mix that in, and I think I'll just mix that in with my spatula here. I promise, once you make this dressing, it'll become a family favorite. And you can see how much is here. I could have doubled it, and I, of course, double and triple it when I make it for weddings. But if you want to go to my cookbook and look, those of you who have my cookbook, I have another poppy seed dressing that I use too that's a white poppy seed. It's under spinach salads in my cookbook too, and that is one of my favorites as well. It's a lot simpler to make. I like this one because it makes a lot, and you can keep it in the refrigerator. It lasts quite a long time, and you'll probably use it up on your salads, any kind of salad you would like. Okay, so that's our dressing. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to stop the video for a moment while I clean up a little bit here so I can show you what's going to go in. To start off with our salad, I want to make ahead of time my sugared pecans. And so I put some pecans, just maybe 1.5 cups or so. I'm going to turn this on to heat. So these are going to be basically toasted here a little bit. I'm only going to put it on medium because you really have to watch this so that it does not burn your pecans. I've turned my head before and done something else, and I've come back and, oh, I burned them again. So you just really need to do this first so you can put it to the side and not worry about it. So how this works is it depends on how much sugar you want to use or how sugar you want. I've got a couple of tablespoons. So I put this in here with the pecans. And pretty soon it's going to start melting the sugar, and that's when you're going to stir this all together. And they'll be kind of syrupy, sugary syrupy all over the pecans. And of course, if you don't want to use sugar, you can just toast the pecans in the oven at about 400 degrees for 10 minutes, so you'll have toasted pecans. But so many people that I make salads for really love these pecans, just not only to snack on, but to put on your salad. So it just actually makes this salad really, really perfect and beautiful. So it's something I always like to have. You could use walnuts, you could use slivered almonds, or any kind of nut you would like to have on top of your salad. But for those who like nuts and everything like I do, this is like a definite go-to. Okay, I'm going to wait just a minute until this starts to get a little bit syrupy, and I'm going to kind of stir it the whole time. I'll be back in just a minute. The sugar is starting to melt, and now I want to make sure that it's covering most of the pecans. I'm going to turn it down to even low right now. You can see how syrupy it is. It's even kind of attaching to my handle here, to my spoon. So this doesn't take very long, just a couple of minutes to heat up, and when it starts heating up and melting the sugar, that's when you know you've got to stir constantly and try to cover most of the pecans. Okay, and so now I'm just going to take this, turn off my heat, put this on a piece of aluminum foil, or parchment paper works as well, and these are going to cool while you're making the rest of your salad. And then you're just going to break these up, put them on top. Okay, now we're going to put our salad together, but I wanted to show you, in case you've never used a salad spinner, what I like to do. You don't want to have a watery lettuce in the salad, but unfortunately you can go to Costco or almost every store now, and you can find spinach that doesn't have to be washed, that's already prepared. This is a baby spinach I have from Costco. You can chop it up a little, but it's so small you don't need to worry about that. So your spinach should be fine these days. You don't have to wash and clean it like we had to do back in the 70s and 80s. That tells you how old I am, right? Still making salads and then. But anyway, I like to use romaine lettuce, and usually this is very, very clean and good too, but I go ahead and wash this lettuce. I'm going to open up my salad spinner. There's a little container on the inside of this that's going to spin, and I'm just going to chop this up into just a few little pieces like this. I'm going to put all of it inside of here. Okay, and then I'm going to lock this in like this. Okay, and then I'm going to take this little thing, stop it like that, undo it. Okay, and then you've got dry lettuce, and you've got a little bit of water in the bottom here that you're going to discard. So now your lettuce is really actually fairly dry and ready to chop to put in your salad. And I'm going to do that right now because I'm going to be using all of this lettuce today, so I'll chop it. But do realize with lettuce, once you've chopped it, started chopping it, then it starts deteriorating. So you only want to put as much as you're going to need in here. You can do lettuce ahead of time, which I've had to do when I'm doing weddings too, but you got to make sure it's very dried and ready to go in a sealed bag. I like to just use, instead of tearing by hand, I like to just use a knife and slice it up like this. It works fine. Now we will have leftovers for this for tomorrow night too, or even later tomorrow. So I'm going to be chopping all of it up. Nice and beautiful and green, and I love romaine because it has all the different light and dark colored green, leafy greens that you like in a salad to make it healthy as well. So let me show you what we're putting in our salad today, and suggest some other things that you can do depending on your tastes and preferences. I'm going to be putting in, I love crannies in almost every salad, so I always use some dried fruit and some fresh fruit. So recipe in my book, it only calls for basically mandarin oranges, some red onion, and some avocado. Very simple. So if you only have 2 or 3 ingredients, that's great. That's fine. You're going to love this salad because this dressing is so good, it'll taste good on anything. You can just put it on lettuce if you want. But you want to make it as healthy as possible and as attractive and nutritious as possible. So what I do is I put some of my lettuce on the plate. I'm making 2 salads today, and I don't usually mix. The reason I don't mix this in a big salad bowl and put the dressing on it, number one, you don't want to have to use too much dressing, and number two, often in salads, people make a salad and do that, and some of the fruits and different things sink to the bottom. So the people at the top only get a little bit of something they're seeing, and then the rest of it has sunk to the bottom. And so whoever eats the last part of the salad gets a lot of really great goodies. So I always like to do, when I'm doing a special salad like this, just go ahead and build my salad like this. So I put the lettuce on, and then I put some spinach on, kind of mix it together a little bit here. And now it looks like it's going to be too much salad, but it really isn't. This is very frou-frou. I mean, it's very light. It's not heavy, so you're going to eat this whole salad, even if it's part of your dinner. A lot of times I'll make something like pork chops or something like that, and we'll just have the salad, and that's all you need because you don't need to have a lot of carbs. So this is a great meal that you can make with any kind of steak or meat or chicken or anything like that. And you do this as your salad, and it has so many great nutritious things in it, you are really set to go. Okay, so in this salad, I'm going to be using some of the okay, I'm going to start with the grapes. I just happen to have some fresh grapes on here, so I'm just going to put a few on here. And over here. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to use these crannies too. These are great snacking food, but they're just great in salads. They're chewy, which gives you more texture. You want to find out something that's going to give you a lot of texture. Now, this is me. I absolutely love beets. Nobody in my family likes this. So what I do, actually, because this is actually so nutritious, red beets are like one of the best antioxidants out there you can put in anything. And I love it in my salad. So I go ahead and I actually boil my own beets ahead of time. I peel them and I keep them in the drawer to put on my salads whenever I want, because I'm the only one that will eat these. So on my salad, we're going to have some red cooked beets slices. It adds a lot of color and a lot of nutrition. Sorry, Wayne, you're not going to eat those. Okay, hubby won't eat that. I'm also going to put on some kind of other vegetable. So I've cut up some celery. This just gives it more texture and crunch. So this is how you mix salad in that. You can also use mandarin oranges and kiwi and other things like that in the same salad in the recipe in my book. But today's is we happen to have raspberries. We're going to use raspberries and blueberries too. This is why this salad is so great. You can put anything you want on it and it's going to be amazing. This is kind of like a strawberry spinach salad that's also in my book that you can make with a different kind of poppy seed dressing, so check that out too if you want to. And I have actually quite a few salads in my book, so I'm going to be showing you quite a few. So a few little blueberries, give it a little extra color as well. This is my favorite thing ever, and I use this a lot during Christmas season because I like to make red and green for Christmas colors. But this is fig goat cheese, and it is so amazing. If you don't have goat cheese or can't find it, I found this at Costco, and it's perfect. It's just so delicious on the salad. It's got a bit of sweetness to it. And if you haven't tried goat cheese, I suggest you really do try it. It's so delicious. So I'm going to put a few of these on top. Pieces right here. They're kind of sticky. Hard to kind of get a, see, this would be a hard thing to maybe serve in a buffet line just because it's hard to get it out of here. So that would be the best. And then of course you need a little bit of onion of some kind. So I have a little bit of red onion we're putting on top. There you go. We have, one last thing. I have extra avocados that are going to go bad if I don't use quickly. So we're going to add this too. So I'm going to just slice one of these on each side. Amazing. Now maybe it seems like this is an awful lot of work to go for a salad. And maybe it is. I mean, I realize that, you know, most people just don't even want to have to take the time to put one together, so they're going to go buy one that's already ready made. But once you do this the first time, so we're going to add our poppy seed dressing now to the top of our salad. But don't forget, we have one more really, really wonderful thing to put on top over here. Now, I would kind of call this a special occasion salad. But, you know, quite frankly, at our house, every meal is kind of like a special occasion if I go to any effort at all. So these are all nice and cooled, and you can break these up or put them whole on there. But these are the sugared pecans that go on top. Okay. Voila, you're ready to serve your guests an amazing salad. I've served this at many different occasions, just with a group of 10 people, and they also please come back and bring this salad again. This was the best part of the whole meal. So really, you can't lose making this salad. So good luck, have fun with making it, and let me know how it turns out for you.